Hello, dear learners. My name is Professor Janku. You can equally call me Priscilla for Soul Chatted. At this point, the theme of our discussion is how to solve a cubic equation. Your advice to like, comment, and share this video, and why not subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more information regarding one-on-one online session, your advice to email me at the address pjanku@mathstutorialchampions.co.za. According to our topic, our learning objective is to enable you know how to solve a cubic equation. To achieve this goal, we are going to solve the following cubic equation: x cubed plus 2x squared minus 50 equals to 25x. Now, what we need to do at this point is to rewrite this cubic equation in the standard form. This will consist of rearranging this equation nicely. So we're going to have x cubed plus 2x squared minus, shift 25x on the other side. We're going to have 25x here minus 50 equals to 0. We now let f of x be equals to this cubic equation to obtain a cubic polynomial. F of x equals to x cubed plus 2x squared minus 25x minus 50. We now use the trial and error method to look for a factor of the polynomial f of x. We begin by small values, plus and minus 1, plus and minus 2, plus and minus 3, and so on until we get a factor to this polynomial. So we begin by the trial and error method with x equals to plus 1. We substitute for x equals to plus 1 into our equation or into our function f of x. So we're going to obtain 1 cubed here plus 2 times 1 squared minus 25 times 1 minus 50. This gives us 1 plus 2 minus 25 minus 50. And the answer is minus 72. Seeing this is not equals to 0, our conclusion is that x equals to plus 1 or x minus 1 is not a factor of our function f of x. Okay, we'll now need to use x equals to minus 1. So let x equals to minus 1. We substitute for x equals to minus 1 in the function f of x to obtain minus 1 cubed here plus 2 times minus 1 squared minus 25 times minus 1 minus 50. And after simplification, we are going to obtain here minus 1 plus 2 plus 25 minus 50. And the answer gives us minus 24. So once more, we don't have a 0 here. Our conclusion is that x equals to minus 1, or we say x plus 1 is not a factor of f of x. Okay. We now choose the other value, x equals to plus 2. We substitute to obtain f of 2 equals to 2 cubed plus 2 times 2 squared minus 25 times 2 minus 50. After simplification, what do we obtain here? We're going to have 16 plus 16 minus 50 minus 50, and the answer is minus 68. Once more, we don't have a 0. Our conclusion at this point is that x plus equals to plus 2 or x minus 2 is not a factor of f of x. Okay, we now choose x equals to minus 2. We substitute for x minus 2 into f of x minus 2 minus 2. That gives us minus 2 cubed plus 2 times minus 2 squared minus 25 times minus 2 minus 50. So we're going to have here minus 16 plus 16 plus 50 minus 50, and this is 0. Therefore, our conclusion, x equals to minus 2, or what we say, x plus 2 is a factor, because according to the factor theorem, if a value of x inside the function f of x is 0, then it is a factor. So we have x plus 2 is a factor of f of x. This is a good news. We've now gotten a factor. After having a factor, we now use long division to obtain the quotient when the function f of x is divided by x plus 2. So we now need to find the quotient q of x when x plus 2 is when f of x is divided by x plus 2. To achieve this, we can use either long division or synthetic division. If we use long division, at this point, we're going to have x plus 2, and inside here, we're going to have x cubed, our function f of x cubed plus 2x squared minus 25x minus 50. Now, the question we ask ourselves at this point is, what are we going to multiply x with to obtain x cubed? Definitely, we're going to use x squared. So x squared times x gives us x cubed. X squared times 2 gives us plus 2x. If we subtract this minus this, we have a 0. This minus this, we could have a 0. We ignore this 0 here. The most important 0 here is this one. So we're going to have 0x squared. We bring down our minus 25x. We now ask ourselves the question, what are we going to multiply x squared with to obtain 0x squared? So we're going to have a 0, right? We can equally write 0x just for beauty purposes. So we're going to have 0x times x, you're going to have 0x squared. 0x times plus 2, we're going to have 0x as well. So we now subtract 0 minus 0, we ignore the 0. The most important one is this one, minus 25x minus 0. This gives us minus 25x. We bring down our minus 50. What next? We ask ourselves the question, what do we multiply x with to obtain minus 25x? Definitely minus 25. So minus 25 times x gives us minus 25x. Minus 25 times plus 2 gives us minus 50. And if you subtract this, we're going to have a 0. So this implies we've obtained a quotient q of x. So our f of x can now be written as x plus 2 times x squared minus 25. Remember, you can see here that we can rewrite this as x plus 2 times x squared minus 5 squared. This is the difference of 2 squares. So this makes our life pretty much easy. So we're going to have x plus 2 times x plus 5 times x minus 5. Remember, our goal is to solve this cubic equation. We've already factorized now our cubic equation. Now, remember our equation, you can rewrite our original equation as x plus 2 after factorization. This implies we can rewrite our original equation as x plus 2 times x plus 5 times x minus 5 equals to 0. Therefore, for this it's going to be equals to 0. Either each of these terms in the bracket equals to 0. So we now let our x plus 2 equals to 0, our x plus 5 equals to 0, and our x minus 5 equals to 0. Therefore, we're going to have x minus 2 as one solution to our equation. This implies x minus equals to minus 5 is one solution. And this implies x equals to 5 is one solution. So we have 3 solutions to the cubic equation. Therefore, Our conclusion is that the solution to our cubic equation is x equals to -2, x equals to -5, and x equals to 5. This leads us to the end of the solution to this example. To recap, what did we study at this point? We have seen how to solve a cubic equation. Firstly, you have to use trial and error method in an attempt to find a factor. Once you get the factor, you look for the quotient. When the function is divided by the factor, once you get the quotient, you now need to factorize completely to obtain simple versions of the cubic polynomial. After you let it equal to 0 and you find for each of the solutions to the cubic equation. Thank you for watching this video up to the end. You're welcome to like, comment, share this video, and why not subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you once more and see you in the upcoming video.